matchup between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Check. One. 39. Good.
Now movement already. So a flag down here on our very first play. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the Titans come up here first and 15, but kind of interesting, the Titans were penalized the second least amount in the NFL in 2017.
One.
Throwing, Mariota. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. J.J. Watt coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
One.
They'll toss it to Smith. Pushing his way through. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
He's moving, boys, he's moving. Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? Three.
On 3rd down, Mariota. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. Fielded at the 33. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Gone!
To throw is Rosen. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Mariota now to throw on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On second down, Mariota again. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
Check 41.
To throw is Mariota. And that's caught by Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A first down carry for Smith. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Mariota now on second down. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Throwing is Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they're going to go for it here on the 4th down try. Mariota's going to stay out there. They're indeed going. It's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
A good pickup there, a 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
You got 4. You got 4. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. 1.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll bang that one through. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive summit.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Here's Rosen. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Savage throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football.
Watch the twist. Detroit! Detroit! Over! Set! 319! 319! Hey, we gotta get to the ball, team. We gotta get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Hot! Over! Hot!
On 1st and 10, Savage going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 37.
Back to 99 Philly. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
No. Check. Patriot. I got wide. Check 24.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Leopard! Four down. Motion. Watch 10. Check.
Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, now, lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
Throwing on 3rd down, it's Savage. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Look at the dance and the juke. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw on 3rd down, Savage. And that is incomplete. LaShawn Sims right there in coverage, and he knocks it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over. Gun.
Savage takes the snap. They will go for it. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Gun. Watch it now, Barney.
Savage on 1st. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. LaShawn Sims with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Keep it rolling. 41's coming. 41 the mic. Stop your. Keep it rolling. One. Out. Bud. Get it. One.
Following the interception here, Mariota. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Flush to his right. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 45 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's a give to Miller. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's Savage. Martin flexing the muscle. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Watch the run.
The final shot before break for Savage. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Underneath for Miller. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's complete to Fuller. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. On first down, Savage. And this one is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10. They'll run with Miller, and he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
4 down. Detroit! 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 Bring it!
They snap it to Savage. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jurrell Casey in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
One.
Now Mariota. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. 3.
Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
One.
Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Savage. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
He's going to get it running right. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try and sneak it here. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now they'll run it on the toss. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run past midfield. That good for 19 on a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
One.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota into a double team, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Jumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
There's Savage on first down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Gone! Detroit!
Here's Savage now on second. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Third and long. It's Savage. Caught left side Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So they do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That one good for 17 yards on fourth. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense.
Okay, Paul, we got four. We got four. Let's go, fellas. We got four down. Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Savage. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The play fake to Miller. Now Savage. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Kill. We got it.
And they'll run for it with Miller. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
A handoff. Running left is Miller. Miller with first down and more. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll run it here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And that's It's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Titans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
To throw is Mariota. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Mariota now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
41 Mike. 1.
Mariota to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The Titans go. It's Mariota. The open man is Smith. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down, check, 4 down, 4. Switch.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
1. 4-1 Mike. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Mariota. This will be caught inside the 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Mariota. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now that was a big stop on 3rd down, and this is where head coaches make their money and answer the question right here and now. Do you kick the field goal for the 3 points, or do you go ahead and try and grab yourself a touchdown lead?
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments. But kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Gone!
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going